Hello, everyone. My name is Eileen O'Neill Burke. I am the president of the IJA, and this is our monthly vlog for April. We're letting everybody know what's going on with the IJA this month. Today, I am here with our very own Energizer Bunny, Treasurer Julie Katz. Hello, little lady, and happy spring.
Well, hello to you too, and happy spring to you as well. So I'm dying to know, how was the IJA's trip to Israel and Egypt?
I gotta tell you, Julie, I warned everybody I was going to be completely insufferable when I got back, and I am truly insufferable. But I will say we landed in Israel on March 19th, and things were just starting to heat up with their judiciary right around then. They were starting to make some proposals in their parliament, which is called the Knesset, which would restrict judges' authority and ability to do a myriad of things. So there were protests going on, but nothing really heated up so we met with judges in Nazareth, and they were phenomenal. And by the way, they are miles ahead of us as far as an electronic docket. So then we went to Jerusalem, and we met with Alex Stein, who was one of the Israeli Supreme Court judges. And as we were talking to him, the streets were filling with people objecting to the proposals that the Knesset was. The whole country shut down on Monday. There was strikes everywhere. It didn't impact us at all because we went to Bethlehem that day, which is in Palestinian territory. And the airport opened again by the evening when people were starting to fly out. So to see the judicial independence being threatened in person, up close, in real time, it was such a gift. It was truly an amazing trip. And that's just the judge part of it. I could go on and on about everything we saw. And we went from 8 a.m. to 10 o'clock at night every single day. We saw everything from the Golan Heights to we spent 4 days in Jerusalem. It was truly amazing. If anybody likes history, you don't even have to be religious. All of human history is right there in this tiny little area that's about the size of Rhode Island. So it was truly an amazing trip. So
sounds like it. I'm really jealous.
And Megan Goldish and Lori Rosen were videotaping the whole time. They're working with educational programming, and they're going to do a whole travel log, and they're both really funny. So I think it's going to be great. So
awesome.
All right. I will stop now talking about the entire. Oh, the other thing is the food was amazing. I never heard they were like a food capital. We never had a bad meal. Every single meal was phenomenal. It was great. So, and then Egypt is a whole nother story. So it was truly an amazing trip. So what's been going on here while I was gone?
Well, not quite as exciting, but the Healthy Individual Challenge by the Wellness Committee has started. So if you haven't signed up, please do so. Pick a healthy habit, do it every single day, fill it out on the log. And then at the end of the month, you'll be entered into a drawing, and you might win some IJA swag of your choice. You might even win like one of these water bottles that I have. And as a benefit, also, you're going to feel better.
That's so true. You know, I brought my IJA hat. I gave it to Mike Hyman for being our camp counselor. And we gave out these little IJA pins to every judge that we saw. So they were all kind of excited about it. So I started my healthy habit. It was to up my meditation time. So far, so good. What's your healthy habit, Julie?
So actually, I started one in October during the courthouse challenge, and I'm still doing it.
Oh,
it is walking on the treadmill every day for 30 minutes. I do 50 ab crunches, and I do 50 push-ups.
Man, you're putting us all to shame. I'm just sitting there doing nothing. That's my goal. Sit there, do nothing for 15 minutes a day. What have the retired judges been up to?
So they are actually putting finishing touches on a CLE that they're going to be offering on April 28th. They are going to discuss benefits, and there have been some changes there. They're also going to offer a CLE on mediation for 1.25 hours. And it's going to be taught by retired judges Ron Spears, Stu Noodleman, Nancy Katz, and Mike Powers. And then we're also going to have remarks from Chief Justice Mary Jane Tice.
what a powerhouse panel that's going to be. That's going to be awesome. So they're very excited about it. That is a super productive committee. So Mary Jane Tice actually got mad at me this month because I mistakenly said the AOIC is hosting seminars on how to fill out the new economic disclosures. I thought they were going to be taped, and I think I put it in the email that they're going to be taped, but that wasn't why she was mad at me. She was mad at me because it was the Judicial College who's putting them on and not the AOIC. So I know people have a lot of questions because everything's new. We have several people that have volunteered to answer questions. Mary Kay Marubio, Eugene Doherty, a couple other people. So we will keep passing along that information to you, and as long as they say it's okay. So so now I have corrected my faux pas, and it's a good reminder that not only do we have to complete taxes on April 15th, but the Supreme Court disclosure form and the Secretary of State economic interest forms are both due at the end of the month. So don't forget those. It's important to get those done. All right.
So
what
have you
else is going on?
Yeah. So have you seen the new videos that the media committee has created?
I did. Did you see them?
I did.
Oh, aren't they great?
They are.
So Celia Haran and Dan Jaska really outdid themselves. They created, I think there's 6 of them, 5 or 6 of them. They wrote these videos, they casted them, they found the production team. They're quick videos, they're about 45 seconds each, and they're directed at self-represented litigants. So I think it's going to be a really helpful resource to judges. We're hoping you can use them to play them before you start a Zoom call. You can use them in a variety of ways, but it's judges acting as litigants and then as judges, and they answer questions for self-represented litigants. So
that sounds really helpful.
They really, I got to tell you, Cecilia Haran and Dan Jaska have been so phenomenal at this. I feel like we found like a skill set for them, and they became really good friends because of this committee. So that's also great.
That is great. That's great. And also the pro bono committee has put out a list of Earth Day volunteer opportunities for each of the appellate districts. They look great as well.
Yeah, they do. There's a ton going on. So if you want to get involved on Earth Day, there's tons of opportunities for it. In schools continues to be busy, and we're getting into prom season. So schools really appreciate us coming out, especially with programs for the older kids. So if you're interested, reach out to Patty Sheehan or Justin Hansen and get into a school. They can walk you through any of the programs for older kids. And I know that's a little intimidating, but it's really a good service that we provide. There's also really good news on the security committee front. Security has been working on getting a company called Delete Me to craft a package for the IJA. And what Delete Me does is they scrub you off the internet monthly. So we're hoping to have some news for you on that front within the next few weeks. There's also been a change to our ADT security package. I'll be sending out a detailed email as soon as we get the actual specifics, but for now, I can tell you we get a 15% off on installation of the security system, and we get 10% off on monthly monitor.
Wow, security really has been busy, haven't they?
Really have.
Yeah. So next month is transition month for all the committees. And so what that means is that the working group from this year will meet with the working group for next year, and they'll talk about what worked well this year and what should be improved on next year. Then the new committees, they'll review their mission statements, see if they need to be tweaked, and they'll talk about setting their meeting day. They'll set their goals for the year. And if there's something that any of you want to see on any of the agendas for any of the committees, just let us know.
One more thing, the Decalogue Society is hosting a veterans event on May 19th with a bunch of bar associations. And we are also going to be sponsoring, hosting, participating. And we would like to acknowledge and thank all of the IJA members that have served this country in our military. So I will be sending out an email, another email. You're going to be getting a lot from me. And if you are a veteran, please let us know. There will be a response portion on that when you get the email. I cannot believe that this year is almost over.
Really, no kidding.
Next month on the May vlog, we will introduce our new treasurer, Patty Sheehan. So just everybody always confuses Patty and I. We're both Irish. We're both married to commercial litigators. We both have 4 children. But I like to say Patty is the nicer version of me. So I think everybody's going to be so happy about that one. But for now, here are our important dates. April 15th is tax day. April 28th is the retired judges CLE. April 30th is the completion of the Healthy Individual Challenge. April 30th to May 1st, get your economic interest statements in. May 1st is Law Day, and May 19th is the Decalogue Veterans Event. So, Julie, send us out with a fun fact about April.
Well, when I think about April, I think about April Fool's Day. And when my kids were very young, I was quite the April Fool's prankster. As a matter of fact, I ended up on the cover of the Sunday magazine in our local newspaper in an article about some of the pranks that I had pulled over the years. So too many to talk about today, but I'm happy.
I want to hear a prank. I love pranks. What's the prank? What's your
Okay,
favorite prank?
probably the one that was the meanest was I hired a process server and I served my husband with divorce papers at his place of employment.
Oh my God,
I know.
you go
And
really hardcore, man.
it was luckily he was kind of thrown a little bit at first, but then he remembered my history of pranks, realized what day it was, and he actually was a really good sport about it. He said to the process server, okay, well, where do I sign? So luckily we got past that. We're coming up on our 40th anniversary in June, so it's all good.
I can't believe you've been married 40 years. Okay. One time there was a judge named Al White, who was an older gentleman, and he had the office next to me. And I saw him, and it was April Fool's Day. And I said, Al, that's terrible. They're making you go to sexual harassment training. How dare they? And Al's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, didn't you get the email? The email that says, you know, there's been so many complaints about you. And he was not like that at all. And so he started turning beet red. And I was like, oh my God, this is not going to be funny if this guy has a heart attack right now. So I was like, it's April Fools. It's April Fools. All right.
All right. So I'm not the only one, apparently.
No, but you go hardcore. I mean, Al White forgave me. I don't know if I forgive my
Yeah, my husband forgave me.
All right. Happy spring, everyone. And we will see you in May.